In the grand halls of Hastinapura, King Dhritarashtra, the blind monarch of the Kuru dynasty, sat in his chamber, his mind clouded with anxiety. The battlefield of Kurukshetra loomed large in his thoughts, a place where his sons, the Kauravas, would soon clash with their cousins, the Pandavas. Though Dhritarashtra could not see, his heart felt the weight of the impending war. In this moment of tension, he turned to his charioteer, Sanjaya, a man he trusted beyond measure. "Sanjaya," the king began, his voice heavy with concern, "tell me, what are my sons and the sons of Pandu doing on the sacred battlefield of Kurukshetra? They are there, filled with the desire to fight. What are they preparing for?" Dhritarashtra's words carried the worry of a father, but also the curiosity of a ruler who knew the storm was about to break. He needed to know what was happening, for though his eyes were blind, his mind yearned for vision. Sanjaya, blessed with divine sight by the sage Vyasa, could witness every moment of the battle, though he was far from the field. With calm reverence, he replied, painting the scene before the king. "My lord, your son, Duryodhana, stands amidst the ranks of the Kaurava army, surveying the battlefield. His eyes fall upon the Pandava forces, arrayed in perfect formation. Though pride fills his heart, there is a flicker of anxiety, for the Pandavas' army is strong and disciplined." Duryodhana's gaze swept over the opposing army, and a shadow of doubt crossed his mind. Determined to hide his unease, he made his way to his mentor, Dronacharya, the great teacher of both the Kauravas and Pandavas. "Respected teacher," Duryodhana spoke with a mix of respect and urgency, "look at the mighty army of the Pandavas. It has been assembled with great skill by none other than Drishtadyumna, your own student, the son of King Drupada." There was an irony that stung in Duryodhana's words. Drishtadyumna, who now led the Pandava forces, had once learned the art of war under Dronacharya's own guidance. And now, he stood as a formidable foe, using the very lessons he had learned to battle against his teacher's side. Duryodhana's eyes darkened as he continued to speak. "Look at their great warriors, Arjuna and Bhima, those fearless archers who are unmatched in battle. Satyaki, King Virata, and Drupada, all great charioteers, stand ready to fight." As he spoke each name, a sense of realization crept into his voice. The Pandava army was not only vast but filled with warriors of legend, seasoned fighters whose strength and skill could match, if not surpass, his own forces. And still, Duryodhana was not finished. He began to name more warriors who filled the Pandava ranks, as if each name added weight to the scales tipping against him. Drishtaketu, Sekatana, and the mighty king of Kashi. He listed, each name carrying its own history of valor and bravery. Purujit, Kuntibhoja, and the noble Shabya are all there, ready to fight with fierce courage. As Duryodhana recited the names, the reality of what lay ahead grew clearer in his mind. These were not just men, they were heroes, each one renowned for their battle prowess. The challenge before him was monumental, and though he tried to remain confident, the strength of the Pandavas was undeniable. Sanjaya's voice fell silent for a moment as the gravity of the situation sank into the chamber. Dhritarashtra, though he could not see, felt the weight of each word. The stage was set, and both sides stood poised for the battle that would decide the fate of their world. In the heart of the Kaurava camp, Duryodhana stood before his teacher, Dronacharya, continuing to speak, his voice now tinged with both admiration and unease. His gaze swept across the battlefield once more, as he recounted the names of more Pandava warriors, each one like a shadow looming over his thoughts. "There's Udamanyu," Duryodhana began, "and the valiant Uttamas, both renowned for their bravery. And look, there's Abhimanyu, the young and fearless son of Arjuna, a warrior whose courage knows no bounds. And then, the 5 sons of Draupadi, all mighty charioteers, ready to give everything they have on this battlefield." Each name Duryodhana uttered was a reminder of the caliber of warriors standing on the other side. These were not novices but seasoned fighters, each one capable of causing devastating damage in battle. It was clear to Duryodhana that the Pandavas had no shortage of courageous and skilled soldiers. The weight of their names pressed on him, though he maintained his composure. But Duryodhana, ever a strategist, now turned his attention to his own side, seeking to shift the balance in his favor. He spoke to Dronacharya with a new determination. Now, let me also tell you about the great warriors who stand ready to lead our forces. There was confidence in his words, for he knew that the Kaurava army was no less powerful than the Pandavas. His voice rose slightly as he began naming the key leaders in his own ranks, starting with the greatest among them. "There is Bhishma," he said with reverence, "our mighty protector, the pillar of our army. And then there is Karna, whose skills in battle are unmatched. We have Kripa, a master of combat, along with Ashwatthama, Vikarna, and Samadati, all formidable fighters in their own right.